Yo, my dope people, what is good? Welcome to this video. Today we are talking about Saturn being retrograde. I want to say June 28th or something along those lines. It is going retrograde in the sign of Aquarius. Most people will say it's retrograde in the sign of Pisces because they are following Western Tropical, which there's no problem with that. Western Tropical is still a very valid tool. And it really is the key to the psyche. So it's really talking about the way you're thinking. But I will be talking about Saturn being retrograde in the sign of Aquarius because if you use any type of app or if you look at the sky and you see where Saturn is currently located, guess where it's at? It's in the sign of Aquarius. I'm just being honest. But welcome to this video about Saturn. Shout out to my kings avoiding the ring. We ascend into a different timeline, so let these words sing. Leaving the ones behind who lagging on the concepts of discipline. So just check your ping. All right, I quit. I just like doing stuff like that. It's just fun. With that being said, man, you already know we're talking about the planet of Saturn being retrograde in the sign of Aquarius. Before we even really get started, you already know, man, let's take a deep breath to become present. This is a gift. You already know the vibes. I feel rejuvenated today. I feel good. I just got out the gym. You know, I had legs today. And I also went on a walk, and I'm probably going to do more legs later on. I'm probably going to do squats. I don't really do squat because I go to Planet Fitness for now because it's closer. I'm not driving 20 minutes to the gym. I'm just not. So they have the Smith machine where it's basically assisted. And I'm just being honest. Smith machine is not nowhere close to free weights. So, you know, no shade to nobody else. But if you're using the Smith machine, it's cool. You got to put a little bit extra weight on there to really, to really get the weight that you're going to be using on the bench press. It has to make up for it because 225 on Smith machine is not 225. I don't care what you say. It's just the truth. Be mad at it. I really don't give a shit. But with that being said, let's just get into it, man. I feel good today. Saturn. First, we're going to talk about Saturn. We're going to talk about what retrograde means. And then we're going to talk about the sign of Aquarius, and then we're going to put it all together and see what you get, see what this is about. What is Saturn retrograde? What does it mean when it pertains to you and your life? All right, number one, Saturn. Saturn is about wisdom. Saturn is the oldest planet in our solar system, all right? Saturn is wisdom, it's responsibilities, it's maturity, it is patience, it is your boundaries you place on your aura, and boundaries you place, just the boundaries you have. You don't want people crossing those boundaries because guess what? If they cross their boundaries and they knew you had those boundaries, then that's disrespect in my opinion. Not like where you have to like go crazy at them, but you could just cut their ass off. If you place a boundary and people cross them, they're doing it for a reason because they're going to continue to do that because they're going to try to get what they want out of you, and it's disrespectful in my personal opinion. But with that being said, Saturn is also real world concerns. It is the planet of time, right? So if I had to compare Saturn to a person, who would it be? It would be Denzel Washington. Because Denzel Washington is extremely mature. He is abundant. He's filled with wisdom. You know what I'm saying? And he has had experiences, and he did not skip that process. That's why he has the wisdom and the character. So that's why I compare Saturn to him. And a lot of people have, let me not say a lot of people, but I'll just say there are people who have negative perceptions of Saturn because Saturn has a very limitation it gives limitation. Let me explain that limitation. Limitation, it's like time, right? Time is just a construct, and it's real, but it's not real. You know what I'm saying? It's real in the 3D, in the third density, but it's not really real because time is truly a blessing. Because when you think about time, people are like, oh, I only have this amount of time left, or I only have this amount of time left. But you have to change you have to change your perspective of time. How many times have you met someone or you started a hobby, and then time has passed and you have noticed you did not necessarily desire that hobby or that person? So time allowed you to really process those emotions and feelings and thoughts and give you insight on why you do not want to experience this person, place, or thing. And after the fact, think about it. Let's just take it. And this is very, you could really put this or pertain this to people, right? How many times have you met a person, you both are extremely passionate, and then, and this kind of goes back into that video that I had where I mentioned passion burns quickly. So you have to know how to channel that energy, right? And control that energy, right? For a longevity, it's about longevity and not burning it quickly, right? This is correlated with that because time will pass and then you see like the shadow side of a person, which isn't bad, but it just doesn't resonate with you and your alignment and your higher goals, right? So then you're like, damn, I dodged a bullet, you know what I'm saying? Because I thought I liked this person, or I thought I really liked to be around this person, and time went by, and now I don't feel that same way. So now you can look at time is a gift. Time is truly a gift because it allows you to process information so you can manifest, and so you can really manifest, and what you truly desire can materialize. You know what I'm saying? So time is truly a gift. And these are the things Saturn is about. So it limits you so you don't make those crazy mistakes, or you don't make too big of a mistake, before like it just gives you that time. It gives you that time between making that choice and making sure and understanding that's what you truly desire. So Saturn is one of my favorite planets. You know what I'm saying? It truly is. And it's just full of wisdom. It's incarnation also in material form, which is why it signifies time as well. It's also about your responsibilities, your work, your structure. How do you structure yourself? Some people like myself, I have structure, but it's like organized chaos. I don't wake up every day and do things at the same exact time because that's boring to me. But what I do is I have a certain time frame to where things do need to be completed. So there is a sense of openness, right, and availability for me. So like I could kind of go with the flow of things. I don't want to constrain my time too linear. Because if you do that, then you're missing out on opportunities. You're missing out on, different experiences that can offer insight and really change you in the best of ways. So that's why I do have a structure in my mornings and my, I definitely have that structure, but I kind of leave certain time slots open. Or, for example, let's just say working out, for example. I work out, I'll say 6 days a week for the most part. So what I'll do is, before noon, I'll say, okay, I have to have this workout in before noon. And, in the afternoon, I'll have, a workout in before 5. So it gives me those time slots to make sure I get certain things done. And I'm still open to kind of do, just stay open to the universal energy and just doing things that I desire to do. You feel me? Also, patience and, work and responsibilities. It gives you that sense of responsibility. Right. So we all have our responsibilities, but it's a good thing because it develops the discipline. Taking care of your responsibilities develops discipline. It develops consistency. It develops you are a very dependent person. People depend on you. They can learn to depend on you, right? Because you are consistent and you are committed and dedicated to growing, right? This is all Saturn energy. This is why I love Saturn. Now, retrograde. What does retrograde mean? What retrograde is when a planet, it slows down. We perceive it to stop, but nothing stops. The planet doesn't stop moving forward. It just slows down a lot. And when the planet does that, it's asking us to review what we have been manifesting. It is asking us to review what we have been focused on in life, right? And it depends on where your Saturn placement is at. So, for example, say you have Saturn in the 4th house. The 4th house is the home of property. It is your ancestral line. It is your mother wounds. It is also, I think I said property already. It's vehicles and it's everything within property. So, for example, say you're building a house, right? And you have Saturn retrograde in that house. you're being asked to review where the location you're building your house at. Is that where you want to build your house at? If so, cool. Now, what are you planning on putting in your house? What is the architecture going to look like? What is the furniture going to look like? If you're buying a new vehicle, what is that vehicle you are looking at? Saturn is asking you, not in a negative space, it's asking you to review it and make sure and validate that is what you desire and not necessarily what you want, right? It has to fit your alignment and it has to fit your energy. That is an example of Saturn being retrograde in the fourth house. But everyone's chart's not the same. You may have Saturn retrograde in the seventh house. You may have it retrograde in the 12th house. So if you want your chart read, you got to hit me up. You already know my chart readings are $120, but you will get some amazing insight. But with that being said, that is retrograde. It's asking you to review what you have been focused on within that area of life. And it is retrograde in the sign of Aquarius, right? So wherever your Aquarius placements are, you are being asked to review the themes of that area of life. I just explained it within the fourth house. So, and Aquarius is humanitarianism, right? It is individuality, authenticity. It is technology. It is innovation. Aquarius is a fixed sign, so it has a very fixed way of thinking. You know what I'm saying? And Aquarians, there's a reason why Aquarians have fixed ways of thinking, because they like to learn a concept from A to Z. They want to understand everything about that concept. Aquarius is an air sign. It's about the intellect. It is about the mind, how you think. You know what I'm saying? It's sword energy, quick with it, right? So when you have Saturn in Aquarius, and Saturn rules Aquarius, by the way, it co-rules. It's the traditional ruler of Aquarius, along with Uranus, which is also about rebellion. Aquarians are also very rebellious, because Uranus it co-rules Aquarius with Saturn, and Uranus is the planet that sits on a tilt on its axis. It's the only planet that does that. Why? Because it's rebellious. It's literally the material form of the term rebellion, of the energy of rebellion, right? So Saturn being retrograde in Aquarius, it's asking you what the new ideas and the new concepts and things along those lines. Is it in alignment with you in your purpose, right? Are you including others in what you are creating? Because Aquarians are humanitarians. So they desire to include others in their bigger goals. You know what I'm saying? This is why, like, if you go out or something, or you're planning like a social event, and you have an Aquarius, they'll be like, okay, well, let's invite these people. We should invite these people to make it more fun. That's Aquarian energy, because they like to, especially the underdogs. Aquarians are they're not the underdogs per se. They can be now. You know what I'm saying? But they're rooting for the underdogs because they want people to win. This is Aquarian energy, so I won't make this video too long, but yes, this is what Saturn is asking you to review in the sign of Aquarius. Are you including others? The people that really matter, the people that are in alignment with you, in align with your purpose, right? So yeah, man, hope you all enjoyed this video. This is your Saturn being retrograde in Aquarius. And again, I want to say, let me give y'all the correct date, though, man. Let me give y'all the correct date. Hold on. Give me 1 second. Okay, so it's retrograde June 29th is the sign, is the exact date it goes retrograde. Now, I'm going to be honest. I wouldn't say it's already retrograde. It officially goes retrograde on the 29th. But to be honest, we are either already feeling that energy, or you're probably going to start feeling that energy within the next, I'll say, week or two. Because you're not just going to, it's not like, these are planets, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're not just going to feel that energy right on the 29th. You're going to feel it well before that. Again, probably a week and a half prior to that. So I'll say probably at the end of this week, probably this weekend, you'll start to feel that energy coming. And what that energy is going to feel like is, it can somewhat feel like uncertainty, just to start off, but it's not It's not meant for you to stick to uncertainty and say, oh, I'm not dedicated to this goal, or maybe I'm going in the wrong direction. No, it's not like that. It's just asking you to review it and make sure that's actually what you desire, right? And the only way to do that is if you keep moving forward. It doesn't matter if you're moving forward by 1 step or 10 steps. Continue to move forward. This is why I fuck with ancient Egypt so much. When you look at their pictures and hieroglyphics, right? And you see all of the ancient Kemet, beings, Aset, Asar, Haru, et cetera, et cetera. When you see all of these beings, Sekhmet, they always have 1 foot in front of the other. And that symbolizes continuously going forward. Okay? That's what it symbolizes. That's why they always have that 1 foot in front, because they want you to keep on going forward, because eventually you're going to accomplish those goals. Trust me. Life doesn't change overnight. It's the little small steps you take every day that builds up to that big change. All right? Quantum leaping. With that being said, man, 1616 on the timer as I say that. With that being said, I love y'all. Sending y'all much positive energy on this lovely Wednesday. Make sure you all stay locked in, put out positive energy, and you're going to be good. With that being said, let me drink some water real quick. Drinking water, health is wealth. And let's just take one more deep breath to become present. This is a gift. You already know. Sending y'all much positive energy. This is your man, David G, Cosmo Astrology. Oh, also, last thing. I have a Cosmo Astrology clothing line coming out either late spring or early summer. I hope y'all going to support me. You feel me? Support your mans. Because it's going to be fire. And y'all know me. I know quality. If you met me, you know I do not like no little linky. I don't like no, rinky dinky little shit. You feel me? I love quality product. I am a Taurus at the end of the day. I know quality. There's not a sign that knows quality more than Taurus. This is a fact. Argue with your mama. The only sign that really touches Taurus on that in that realm is Libra. And both of us are ruled by Venus. I'm just being honest. So with that being said, look out for that. I'll continue to put out more information on that. With that being said, sending y'all much positive energy. Drink your water. Health is wealth. I love y'all. And we out.